Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Truly shocking what is currently happening in our food system and what else just happened. Are we all aware, guys, right, of the Beauvais scenario? Everybody's kicking off because of the cow additive that are now introduced. And of course, we're worried about the effects, and in fact, a lot of us actually worried on the well-being of the cows. And the fact is that they are trying to mess around with the nature. Well, I just found out, literally, news just in, that they've done this and they've come one step closer to messing about with cows. So what's currently now happened, guys? They introduced now a genetically modified cow, okay, and is a breakthrough in history. All right, and guess what the cow's meant to do or not to do? Yeah, this cow is genetically modified to burp and fart less, yet again to save the environment. Just think about it. We're trying to avoid the Beauvais feed in the cows just so, cows can lead kind of a normal life and not being messed with, and then they go and do that. Right, okay. This has been in the making for 50 years, right? They've been researching the herd, and yes. So anyway, let's get on with that, guys. Right, so the name of the cow is Hilda, and like on any other cows in the herd, she's now been genetically modified. Again, because they're going on about the global warming, or money-making scheme, that kind of thing. So apparently cattle produces 5% of the world's greenhouse emissions. Whoopie freaking do, 5%. Never mind what their planes do when they fly across to the Davos and everything else, but nonetheless, anyway. So they've been researching this for years and trying to find a better way, okay? Well, they thought they already did, and we thought they did, but here we are, one step closer. So, using the IVF, okay, that means that the cow can arrive 8 months earlier. So that means they can sort of produce more genetically modified cows quicker. Okay, so what happens is they take the egg out of the mama cow and then fertilize this in a lab with the selected bulls to then produce genetically modified cows, then in turn will produce less methane. And again, makes you wonder, right? So for them to produce a genetically modified something, you'll take two parts of obviously male and female and the genes, but in the first place, those genes would have to be fiddled in the first place to get them there. So they can't just have, well, this is a normal cow and then put the normal cow together. It wouldn't create a genetically modified cow. They'll produce less emissions. They would have to select, and over the course of the time, to do like survival of the fittest or survival of the less fartiest, to combine them then together. So what that indicates to me is that over the past 50 years, they've been messing around with those poor little cows, doing whatever they were doing to them to make them emit less methane, so that then they can pick up the strongest of less fartiest females and then take the longest, the best, less fartiest bull, and then combine them together to produce a cow. Well, that's a bit something, doesn't it? So the idea is to create far more cows far quickly that are far more nutritional for us, whatever that may mean. So anyway, right, this is literally, guys, just came out. I believe this calf was born just like fairly recently, but it's been in the making for a while. So I'm going to keep an eye on the whole, how this thing is going to unfold. But it kind of indicates, right, to you, the fact is, I think I talked about it before, when they bring something out and we're like, oh my God, this is like horrible, this is scary, blah, blah, blah. But in fact, it's been in the making for a very long time. So what we know as a public is a good probably 10 years behind the things that they already have planned for us, or things they're currently in the making. So just taking this as an example, that's been in the making for the past 50 years. Nobody come out then and say, by the way, we're all, thinking of doing this, and we're going to, select however many cows, and we're going to experiment on them for 50 years just to create a GMO cow in the end of it. They haven't told you that, because chances are, if they did, like they came out with the Count Beauvais situation, people will really, really kick off, because we're talking about GMO, right? They're trying to GMO everything, Mr. Billy gets involved, anything that he wants that's not real, let's eat fakery. This is his agenda. He's, delusional in head, we know that. And I mentioned this many times again, he's just sticking it to what they're currently doing. I don't know who's involved behind that. Again, this is something I'll have to do some research to find out, just purely out of interest. To be fair, knowing the way things have been going and who's been normally behind this, I would like, not say would like to think, but I probably think we know who this is, but we're not going to jump to any conclusions, because we don't want to spread any misinformation. We want to have a look at this and actually find out the truth. But nonetheless, it's clearly not enough for them to mess with the fruits and vegetables. So they now have to migrate and GMO cows. And chances are, okay, for us not knowing, there's going to be a lot of other things they're probably fiddling with, already started fiddling with. And I'm assuming, obviously, it goes with our food. In the end of the day, it's pretty clear that they say they don't want farmers, they don't want us to eat real food because it's too bad for the environment. So is it the roundabout way of them saying, okay, well, you can eat that cow, but it's been genetically modified? Or in fact, is it maybe been grown in a lab? Pretty much as close as, to be fair, considering they actually inseminate and let the thingy grow there for a little bit before putting it back in a cow to give birth and grow. So yeah, that's pretty unpleasant, pretty horrible thing to think about. But nonetheless, it is there and it is in the making. So there we are, guys. I wanted to be the first one to bring this to your attention. I will keep you posted as always. If you're not a subscriber, please don't forget to subscribe. Thumbs up for the video, help the information spread. And I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.